Aries, this is Jesse with 44 Astro with a full moon tarot reading for the full moon coming up on May 23rd. This full moon is going to be at 9:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be at 2 degrees Sagittarius, which will put it in the 19th mansion of the moon. I will put the 19th mansion of the moon up. It is not the best mansion of the moon by any stretch. It's good for like gardening and things like that, which is good, but it's not really good for pretty much anything else. It's kind of all about battle. But you can read about it. The astrology right now, the moon will be opposite the sun again, but it's not really so much about the moon this go around, right? And it's not really so much where the moon will be for your ascendant. It's going to be what the moon is pointing to. So the moon is going to be for an Aries ascendant. If you don't know your ascendant, you need to look up your natal chart. And I have video on my channel on how to do that. You just need to know what time you're born, pretty much down to the minute, the date, and where. But the moon is going to be, in your 8th or 9th house, which is the house of transformation, sex, inheritances, death. And 9th house is like wisdom, higher learning, that type of thing, travel, foreign language. But what it's pointing to is real nice. It's pointing over there to Taurus and Gemini, where the Sun, Jupiter, Uranus, and Venus are all harmonizing in conjunctions, which will put good luck specifically in your 2nd or 3rd house. So for Aries ascendant, that's your money house, your 2nd house. So you may find that you have some luck in money right now, or some kind of new opportunity in money. 3rd house would be communications. You may find that all your communications are getting through, and like what you want to express or the way you want to express it is getting understood in the way that you would expect it to be done. All your communications going well and leading to good things. And there's not really anything standing out as far as like negativity in the astrology, I would say. The mansion isn't great for the moon, but the moon's almost kind of standing alone. It's got, I think, a trine on it, or a sextile with Pluto, which isn't bad. That's going to be kind of, it's a positive aspect, but it's one you won't really notice all the time without really searching. It's kind of what the sextile is all about. Oop, right there. And then Pluto is trining Jupiter, Venus, so the sun. So it's like power, transformation could be part of this. You may have transformation in money out of nowhere kind of thing, or transformation in like the way you communicate. Like maybe you make some new friends or get in a new social group, something like that. It can represent siblings, so you may have some kind of communications with your siblings as well during this time, if it's your 3rd house. 2nd house, it should be about money. It could even be like you learn that you get a new job or a raise or something like that. But anyway, Aries, that being said, let me get you some cards. I'll stop ranting on the astrology. This is also called a flower moon. This is when the flowers are sprouting. That's why it's called a flower moon. We are at the time where we should be seeing lots of flowers, and people will be planting them as well, so it kind of makes sense. As soon as we get like a hard shuffle or a resistance on this, or a card pops, we'll stop right there. And you had look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius, and this is a full moon in Sagittarius. So that's pretty cool. So you got some kind of synchronicity here. Maybe you should pay attention. Oh, right there. All right, look at the bigger picture is what it says on your moon card. And, with the sun in Gemini opposite the moon, which is in Sagittarius, that's kind of what it's going to be about. You're going to be thinking about the bigger picture, but the sun is going to be kind of making you break down the details. So you may have like this big grand idea, but it's likely you would have luck in this if you decided to actually manifest it, and that's what the sun would do. The moon would be thinking about having the idea, right? And it would probably be like a big picture type idea. But to implement it, that's what the sun does. You'd have to break down the details because it's in Gemini. Or you would have to learn a lot about it in order to succeed at it. But it's touching Jupiter and Venus. So like those are the little benefic and the great benefic. So like you'd have success if you attempt. This would be a good time to ask for a raise, or like trying to find some kind of try to start something for money. If you're Aries ascendant specifically. Okay, look at the bigger picture. You are crowned by the moon. So there's something you're not seeing. So you're not looking at the bigger picture because you are crowned by the moon. This is confusion energy. Things being hidden, secrets, dreams even. Behind you, you made some kind of judgment. And my guess is you made a judgment without looking at the bigger picture. think it's what we're looking at here. The judgment will be different for each Aries because this is a general reading. Some of you Aries Sun, some Aries Moon, some Aries Ascendant. Some just have a bunch of stuff in Aries. Some kind of disappointment, something that you're upset about, something that whatever this judgment that you made, you weren't happy about something and you made a judgment. But I don't think you saw the big picture. Like you're probably focusing on the minutia or what's in front of you, and the sun is in Gemini, so it's possible. And that's around your third house. It could have been something with communication or second house if you're Aries Ascendant. So maybe like an argument or something like that. It could have been about an actual death because this person is upset looking at the spilt cups, and this is the death card. So there could have been a death around you, or maybe someone got hurt really bad, and it's upset you really bad. And you're focusing on the negative, right? And it's easy to do. If someone passes, somebody you care about, or somebody gets hurt really bad or anything like that, it could really upset you. And there was some kind of judgment made recently in the past because of that, and that really upset you or kind of changed your plans or something like that. And this could also be a transformation. Like looking at the big picture, you can transform from looking at those spilt cups. And if you can see the big picture, you can look at the cups behind you. The influence under you right now looks like you're chained to something, or you feel chained to something. This could be a relationship. Yes, you could feel chained to a person, but it could be all kinds of different things. You could be chained to grief. Like if someone did pass, you could be chained to grief. Or if something happened to someone, you could definitely be chained to grief, especially if you care about them. Could be a relationship, could be chained to drinking too much, those types of things as well, because this can be overindulgence. And with all this stuff in Taurus right now, if you're not careful, you definitely can overindulge. The astrology can also be, if you're Aries Ascendant, that you can overspend. Like you really want to spend because it's in Taurus, a lot of this. The sun's in Gemini barely, but you got Jupiter and Venus in Taurus. So you can, and Uranus there too. So you could overindulge with food, drink, or spending money because it can absolutely represent that. So you can feel chained to that even. But this is the unconscious influence. So you may not even be aware that you feel chained. I mean, you're upset, but you may not necessarily look at it like this, but you also may. I mean, you may be aware of it. But it looks like the conscious influence is confusion, so it's like you're not being able to see the forest for the trees kind of thing. Or it's like this is intuitively, you know that you are stuck or that you feel stuck in a specific pattern or situation or to grief, like I said, and you're not acknowledging it because maybe you are too upset. But in front of you is something new. Something is going to come to a head or explode, I would say, or like you're going to see the forest, whether you like it or not. Something's going to happen, it's in the near future, some kind of event or some kind of opportunity, some kind of situation, explosive situation is going to come out of nowhere. And then you're going to be forced to face this, whatever it is, which is a good thing because you don't want to repress anything. And sometimes it's hard to see the big picture when you're looking at all the details around. They all seem really negative or upset. Like maybe if somebody got hurt, somebody passed, anything like that. And if you may be going through a great transformation within yourself, and that can be tough too. Change is tough. So if it's a big transformation in self, you're going to get to the other side of it, boom, feel like a whole new you. And that's a good thing. But you have to work through whatever this confusion is and whatever it is you feel chained to. Some kind of judgment was made either against you or you decided to make a judgment. And it probably didn't work out the way you thought it was because you didn't see the big picture because this moon was confusing you. This is you right now, and this would make sense because the astrology suggests that if you are an Aries ascendant specifically, that money may be involved. And it just being in Taurus, that you could have everybody could have luck and money right now. It doesn't even matter what house, right? It could be in relation, you need to know what your ascendant is and what house that's hitting, Taurus, that little Taurus area, and to Gemini. You'd want to know what house that is. But again, you need to know your ascendant, which means you need to know how to look up your natal chart. But yeah, this looks like an opportunity. It could be a financial opportunity. If it's money that was holding you back or you feel like money was holding you back, you may have an opportunity in money. That may be what this new beginning is, something exciting. Some money kind of comes out of nowhere. Or you have an opportunity to get money that you didn't know you were going to have. Like maybe you meet somebody, because in your environment, some kind of celebration or social gathering that you go to leads to you getting this opportunity. It's going to lead to money or some kind of opportunity in money. Or you've already got this opportunity or you already have this money because this is you right now. And this is going to lead you to have a good time. Now I told you about overindulgence. You be careful with that, because I mean it's lucky right now. Probably for all of us, really, with these alignments. You want Jupiter touching Venus and the Sun. That's wonderful. That's about as good as it can get, right? And with Uranus there, it can be like sudden luck, which is nice. You may be feeling overworked, and here's the thing, that's what the advice is saying, don't overwork yourself. So, maybe a little celebration is in order. If that's what it is, you feel like you're overworked or doing too much, like that type of thing, then yeah, and you're feeling overworked, yeah, cut loose a little bit. Don't overindulge, but have a good time. I mean, that's good for your psychology, your emotions, all that good stuff, right? The outcome is more confusion or secrets. Or this is some kind of guidance that's coming to you, right? This could be like an intuitions, like messages. This is how you see the big picture, right? Through your dreams, right? This is a dream card. This can be a dream card too. These are moon cards. Psychic, unconscious energy. The stuff that's expansive, connects to everything. No boundaries. So the outcome, and this can absolutely represent wisdom. So it could be that in the end here, and I would say that the narrative of the way the cards tell their story, is that you get wisdom out of this, or you get the guidance that you need. And it could be that you just need to relax a little bit, and that might be what this is saying. Have a good time. Don't focus so much on your ambitions, because Aries are ambitious. They're cardinal energy. They are trying to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish for whatever their motivation is. And honestly, they don't even need that much motivation generally, because I mean, it's just like trying to be first, trying to win, trying to discover purpose. That's what fire signs are all about, is purpose in life. So you may find purpose out of this, or some kind of wisdom, some kind of intuition comes to you. So pay attention to your dreams. Write down your dreams, like in the middle of the night. Have a little dream journal beside you, or a little notebook. You wake up, before you forget your dreams, write them down. The more you do it, the more likely you are to remember your dreams and not even have to write them down. Trust me, I've done it. I know it works. But sometimes it takes a while of doing it, and then you'll automatically get really good at remembering your dreams. And then you can start trying to practice lucid dreaming and things like that. And that's when you really go down the rabbit hole. But yeah, it looks like you're either going to get wisdom or some kind of guidance or some kind of intuition out of all this. It's saying don't work too hard. Like don't oppress yourself. And that's in the advice. If you need to take some time in your environment, there's some kind of celebration or something, go to it. Hang out with your people, man. With people that make you happy. It could be family, it could be friends, whatever. Hang around with those people. Makes you happy. This is you right now, some kind of opportunity coming your way. And even with this opportunity, don't overwork yourself. And whatever this situation is that happened, try to see the big picture. Don't focus so much on the little things that may upset you. It's like, oh, he did this specific thing, or they said that specific thing, or this specific thing happened. Try to figure out, okay, so what is this going to turn into? You know what I mean? And is everything going to be okay? Is everything going to get better? Try to see the big picture. What's the larger implication of what this specific minute detail caused? Okay. But it looks like you're all good though. Looks like you're going to get that wisdom. Always nice. All right, Aries. That's all I have. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. And I've noticed, I'm not sure about this, but I think that not that many people come back to the channel because they don't turn on that little notification bell. So also turn on that notification bell if you don't want to miss my videos. I always do them on the full moon and the new moon because, if you've noticed, all tarot is based off astrology. It has to be. So the fundamental science that's necessary for this to occur is astrology. This is tertiary. This needs astrology to exist in the way that it does. So just know that. And tarot readers that don't know and understand astrology are lacking. Just a heads up. So if you are out there reading tarot, learn astrology as well. They go hand in hand. And astrology is the fundamental aspect of things, which means it's necessary for this to exist. So it's like a basis for it. Okay, so it's which means it's more important. Or this can't exist in the way that it does without that. Okay. But either way, you don't have to if you don't want to. But I think if you click the notification bell, I think people start getting back to the channel more often without having to wait for it recommended on their screen. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just glad you're here, and I hope to see you here again. Happy full moon, Aries.